Hi, so this is the directions for the Colonial protest poster directions. So basically you're going to read through the directions, you're going to fill out some slides, and then you're going to take a quiz that shows me whether you actually understand the directions. This helps me because I know whether you actually read this, and then it also helps you because, well, directions will help with this assignment. So the assignment that you guys are, what I'm talking about when it comes to the poster, is you guys will be making a Google Slides Colonial protest poster yourself based on the information that you guys have gathered last week. So you guys will be using that information, making a Google Slides, and this presentation itself will show the breakdown of what those Google Slides need to look at. So watch the slide for directions. Obviously, I'm making the video right now, but make sure you watch the directions. It's really important to understanding the assignment. So the first slide, it tells you, obviously, make sure to click through all 4 slides. You're creating an announcement for a protest. Directions, you have decided to host an event. The purpose of your event is to protest the new dreadful taxes created by the British Parliament. In order to attract colonists to your event, you need to create some type of handbill, announcement, or article to advertise your event. Your protest announcement will have 2 parts. An announcement on this first slide, and part 2, an image that shows the actual protest in action. So I'm going to go over what I mean by those 2 things in the next slides. So before you start creating your final version, let's brainstorm some details. You need to do so you can look back at part 1 and 2 of this lesson for ideas. So for part 1, the announcement, what does it need to include? You are not just going to read this slide. You're also going to tell me what you're going to do on this side. So the first thing is what? What is the event what will it be? Will it be a spinning bee, a stamp tax protest, an effigy hanging, something else? So basically, what are you going to do as your protest? Is it going to be a march? What is it going to be? The second one is the purpose and goal of the event. Why are you holding the event and what do you want to accomplish? So you don't do protests just with nothing in mind. Usually when you do a protest, it's because you want something to change. What do you want to change and why do you want to change it? Who is hosting the event? Is it one group, multiple groups, an individual? So is it colonial women? Is it colonial men? Is it children? Is it, who is it that is hosting your event? And I know you guys don't have specific names. You can use names in history or you can make up names. Just make sure that they actually are colonial, meaning that don't just make up a person and say that they live now. Make sure that they actually if you're going to make up a name, say, okay, she's a colonial protest that lived in this colony at this time, if that makes sense. Who is invited? So who's going to go to this protest? Who is most likely to join your cause? Whose support is necessary for a protest to be successful? So if you guys look at what's going on now during the protests that are going on, you see that a lot of them are targeted towards young people because a lot of them are gone through social media and things like that. That's what I mean by who is invited is who are you targeting to go? Who do you think is going to be the most active? So the next one is who is not invited. So who do you not want to go? Are there any specific people whose support you don't want? Maybe it's the people on the other side. Maybe it's British soldiers or the British themselves who you don't want to be invited because they're obviously not for your cause. Where will the event be held? Will it be in a public or private place? Is it a one-time event or will it be held more than once? So you have events that will happen every week. You have some events that will happen once a year. You will have some that will pop up just randomly. So that's what it means by that. So you're going to fill out this slide and then you're going to go to the next. So on part 2, the second page or slide, create an image that shows an actual protest in action. Your picture should include details that clearly indicate the type of event being carried out. So if you guys remember from the assignment you had last time, one of the examples was the Boston Tea Party. And the Boston Tea Party was showing people dressed in Native American costumes and throwing tea into the ocean. So that's what I mean by showing the event is you're going to draw a picture of what it would look like. So in that case, they were protesting tea, so they were throwing it off a ship. So the drawing itself shows people dressed in Native American costumes and throwing it off the ship with everybody watching. So labeling of any unclear details. If there's something in your picture that you don't think makes sense, label it so that way I understand what's going on. Your picture must cover the whole space provided. Don't squeeze into one corner. So I don't want to see a lot of white space in your slide. It should take up the whole slide. I'm not like I don't want like one tiny picture in the corner or one tiny picture in the middle. Make sure that you're using all the space available. Finally, your protest announcement and an image can be created on paper and turned in by taking images with Google Slides. So it's like what you did with the comic thing. You just take your iPad, you draw it out on paper, and then you insert it into the slide. I'm going to attach the video of last time of how to do that so you guys can understand how to do that in your actual Google Slides. You must show original imagery. So you can use images from the internet, but they have to be a part of a collage. If you don't know what a collage is, you might want to look that up because you will get marked down if it's just random images. If it's a collage, that looks very different than you just copying and pasting a picture into Google. The quiz for this assignment will actually have information about what that collage should look like. You can't just take an image from the internet and slap it on and call it a day. So how are you going to create your final product? So are you going to put it on paper? Are you going to use Google Slides like images from the internet? Put your decision in this blue box right here and tell me what you're going to do. This next one's just telling you like this is due tomorrow, so you can either finish this assignment tomorrow or you can finish it today. So this is how you will be assessed. So it shows you the rubric of how this will be graded. So you might want to take a look at this. I'm just going to go over the first one and the last one. So if you get a 0, it's because you have no evidence. Colonial protest poster was not submitted by the student. This means that like I didn't get anything. Like you didn't turn in anything. And then 30 obviously is poster met all tasks required at this level of mastery and understanding. Poster contained an exceptional level of detail and understanding. This person went above and beyond. Their picture included color. It was done very well. Their event was very creative. It looked like it actually would make a difference if this person had this kind of event, that kind of thing. So make sure you read over this to know how you're being graded. So for this, you're going to take a quiz to prove that you understand this assignment, and this is how you're going to get graded for this assignment. So you're going to make sure that you're in present, and then you click here where it says click here, and it'll take you to the quiz. This is how you're getting your points. So if you don't complete this part of the assignment, you will not get any points. It'll get kicked back to you and say that it's missing. So just FYI, make sure you take that quiz. And then after that, just don't forget to hit turn in or mark as done in Google Classroom, and then you're good on this assignment. You don't have to wait until Thursday to start working on this Google Slides project. You guys can actually start on it today. I'm going to have the Colonial protest poster assignment, and then you're just going to attach your Google Slides to that assignment. So if you don't know how to do that, just let me know and I'll show you how. But you'll have the assignment, and then you just add the Google Slides to that assignment. So, but that's it. If you have any questions, ask me on Remind or ask me to Google Meet.